Hello friends, this is Kylie with Kiwi Crafts Co. and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different, and instead of doing a plan with me, I'm going to be showing you guys all of these spreads in the 3 planners that I use every single week. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So this shouldn't be a long video, and I say that, but it could always turn long just because, I get a little chatty. But I have decided that plan with me's just kind of aren't working for me, like time-wise and productivity-wise. So I'm using my half days to just kind of sit down and decompress and decorate my planners and just kind of get lost in creating something while watching other YouTube creators' content and videos just while I'm planning away, or use that time to listen to music and plan away. So I'm going to be doing something a little bit different, and instead of weekly plan with me's, I'll be doing like a weekly overview of my spreads and all of my planners. Now I say all of my planners, but it's really just 3, which that's a lot more than I've ever really used in my whole life. But it's been going really well, and in order to keep up with all of these planners, just because of my full-time job and my Etsy shop, all that stuff, I figured it'd be better for me to just show you guys all of my spreads that I'll be using, especially for those of you guys that don't follow me on Instagram, that you guys can still see the spreads that I create and hopefully get inspired to create your own spreads or something similar. So the first spread I'm going to show you guys is in my Skinny Classic Planner. I use this one for social media and business tracking, for to-do items that I need to make sure I get done and write down and check off daily. So here we have my June monthly overview. I haven't shown this yet, but this is just how I use the monthly overview. I have my goals for Instagram, YouTube, Etsy, and my brain dump. And then on this side here, I track down all of the videos and reels that I post only on YouTube. I don't write down all of the posts that I make like on Instagram or TikTok. This is just strictly YouTube. And I used the freebies for the month of June in my shop. These really pretty florals. It's a nice blue and white daisies that match with my doll that I got custom made by Kira Silas Co., which, by the way, she is opening up customs again next month, and I will definitely be getting more customs because I have a really cute fall outfit that I'm kind of thinking of, so definitely going to be doing that. And if we move into this week, here is the week of the 9th through the 15th. I have started just whiting out everything on this side here because I like to add now a brain dump and a weekend spot, because the weekends, it's just really as I have time, I'll fulfill orders or I'll start designing more kits, and it just works better for me this way. I've really enjoyed setting up the page this way. And so Monday through Thursday, I do have a daily to-do list. And honestly, guys, it's really nothing that I need to stay on top of. It's just as I complete tasks, I'll write them in and check them off, because that counts when you complete things and write it on your to-do list. So I try not to force myself to get things done on a specific day unless it's something like my 6/9 release that I had, which that is live in my Etsy shop. And for this particular spread, I used these new terrible sticker sheets. Now, I'm not saying terrible as in horrible. I mean like terrible as in you can tear them or cut them like washi paper, but it's removable matte sticker paper, and I am obsessed with how they came out. I just added a ton to my shop, so you can pick those up now, and my shop does have a 30% off sale running right now through the end of June to celebrate me turning 30, but I don't turn 30 yet until the 25th, so the end of the month, but I am celebrating with you guys and, you know, kind of treating myself throughout the month, but that's besides the point. And to create this spread, again, I used the I don't know how to say it without saying terrible, but terrible sticker sheets, and then I used 2 of Kira Silas Coe's dolls. They are just so pretty. They really pop with the colorful paper, and these are called Petal Punch. I do sell them as individual sheets, or you can buy a full set, which is 5 of these sticker sheets. And like I said, they're really great for journaling, layering, tearing, cutting, however you want to use them. And I did use the functional boxes from the Sunshine Blossoms sticker kit because they paired very well with the colors in the Petal Punch terrible sticker sheets. And then I just used some mild liners to kind of highlight, and they matched very, very well with the overall color scheme in the papers. And then just a couple of quotes from Kellofaplan to finish off this spread. And I love how it turned out, and I just think this system is working better for me to just kind of plan ahead because I use my spreads pretty much the same way. I mean, I'm doing something different now that I've implemented the daily grind planner into my system, but for the most part, my Skinny Classic, I can set up the same and just use it very productively and efficiently. Like, I found the setup that works best for me, and this is how this week turned out. I haven't decorated the next week yet. I still need to sit down and do that, but like I said, I'm wanting to fully immerse myself now into my plan with me's, so that won't be something I do on camera anymore going forward. It'll just be something like this video where every week I will show you guys what I have set up for my planner and then what I used to create it. So this is this week's spread, and I just love it. So you can pick up those terrible sticker sheets as well as the functional boxes from the Sunshine Blossom sticker kit. Okay, that is my Skinny Classic. And then moving into my daily grind. Now, I will say this orange and purple color scheme is not really my vibe, but I do love the system itself. So I may have gone on to the Daily Grinds website and purchased the really pretty green cover. It's like a nice material, like fabric-y material. It might be like a little cushiony. I don't know. I've never purchased it before, so I can't really say what it feels like. I don't know why I'm like saying I know what it feels like, but I don't. But anyway, so I bought the cover, and it comes with some metal discs that match. I'll show you guys once I get it, but that way the outside is something that resonates with me and something I love to look at, because not gonna lie, this purple and orange is just a little rough to look at. And I need to figure out how I am going to organize these, like on a divider wise. So if you guys have ideas, let me know, because I have no clue. And I only use these for work, so Monday through Friday, and I'm gonna need to make sure I pay attention to how these weeks are set up, because there are some pages that I don't want to waste. And for example, this week here, just going through before it gets to the week in review page, there was like a whole one page of inserts that I could just take out because this would have been Saturday and Sunday, just the way that Friday fell on here. So I just took this out and I have an extra sheet to plop in somewhere if I need it. But I have not completed my week in review yet, so this will be something that I need to finish up. But this is what I have started for June 9th through the 15th, which I guess that should have been the 9th through the 13th because it's really just for work. So, okay, figure that out. It's fine. This is kind of work in progress because I'm new to this system, but I did really enjoy it for last week. I did have to revamp my goals because the goals that I had set for last week weren't really working. So revamped those, and those will be implemented into this week going forward. And this page here I'm going to use to track the hours that I work every single day, because while I am salary, I still need to track my hours and clock them at the end of the pay period. And this will just help me remember what hours I worked. And some days I work a little bit extra. Some days I don't quite make my full hours that day because I'm like just mentally checked out for that day. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to go home or just take the rest of the day off because, you know, it'd be rough out here. And that is the way I'm going to be using this initial sheet for the week. And then of course the top 5 focuses for the week ahead. Still need to fill that out. But for this particular week, I went ahead and did a Roy G. Biv type of spread for Pride Month, and I pulled out all of my Roy G. Biv sticker books from Kellofaplan and kind of just grabbed a little bit of each one depending on what I was liking as I was pulling them out. And I love how this page turned out. We have lots of florals kind of around the edge of the paper, and then used some mild liners and a couple different markers that I had to make up the red, orange, yellow, green, and blue for Monday through Friday. And then for Monday, I kind of messed up on the date. I meant to put like Monday, June 9th, but I ended up just having to put the abbreviated day of the week here, but it still worked out. And I realized last week that I don't really use the time block that's over here. So how was it? It's like today's game plan, and it has the 5 a.m. to 4 p.m. I wasn't using that as much as I thought I would. I figured I'd obviously write down all of my meetings, but my meetings like change so drastically, and then I get added to things last minute, things get canceled, and it just wasn't working out. So I figured I'm gonna start covering them up, and it's a little rough because I ran out of whiteout, and then I kept like moving stickers and they kept ripping. So I'm like, okay, you know what, I'll figure out, you know, going forward what I want to do. But this was just kind of a trial for this week because, again, this system is brand new to me. These pages are brand new to me, so things are not going to be like how I want them right off the get-go, but it's okay. It's a work in progress, you know, still trying to find out what works best for me. And what I did was I assigned one color to every single page, so it goes in the Roy G. Biv color spectrum. So this first page here is going to be all red hues, and I have been liking putting a box over here, so to feel amazing I will, and then just writing something there, using highlighter to kind of accent the pages because otherwise it looks really, really blank. So I got this idea from Stephanie Happily Plans. She posts a lot of different spreads in her daily grind, and I am just obsessed with how her spreads turn out. She obviously knows how the system works for her, and then there's me who's like struggling to figure it out, but I'll get there, so it's okay. Comparison, no, don't do that. Because see, it's really, really plain looking at a blank page. It's just a lot of white, which if you guys have seen any of my past Plan With Me videos, which you can check out on my channel, small little plug there, you know that white space just intimidates me. So that is the same for this new system, because I don't know how I want to use it and, you know, make it work for me. I'm still figuring that out, and so it's been a little rough. But I do like the use of the highlighter, you know, that whole roundabout way just to say I really like the highlighter. And I added some more florals from the Roy G. Biv sticker books I had from Kellofaplan, and then added a Roy G. Biv quote. And you see the whiteouts, like, because it's kind of peeling off because I kept like peeling stickers off. So this page was a little rough. And then we move into Tuesday. So this is obviously orange, and I used some of the orange florals. And then I had to do like a double pass in this darker yellow marker that I had. It's not a mild liner. I need to see if mild liner has like an orange, like true orange color. I may just not have it in my collection, so I guess I get to go buy more mild liners if they do. And just did the same type of highlighting that I did on the first page, and then added my little box here. And I did 2 large vertical boxes to try and cover up the space here. But the problem is I don't have enough variety of dolls or large deco to kind of fill up the space here. And I ended up using this doll that I got from Planning Pris, and I love how it looks with the entire spread. She has her little orange jacket, and I thought that it went very well with the overall page. So I love how Tuesday turned out. And since I had messed up the date on Monday, I figured I would just carry that on to the rest of the week. Okay, these pages I am more happy with, because obviously my struggles from grading Monday and Tuesday, you know, I'm like, okay, I think I know how I want to set up the next pages, and I love how these turn out. And of course, the third day of the week is going to be yellow in the Roy G. Biv spectrum, and so I used some yellow florals from, again, Roy G. Biv sticker books by Kellofaplan. I used my gold mild liner because it shows more of like a light yellow, which I also think it's running out because it's kind of fading over here. But anyway, don't get distracted, Kylie. And put, again, 2 large vertical boxes here. And I think my problem with this is that the vertical boxes aren't decorative boxes. They're just open space, like normally to write in. And so I had a hard time really trying to cover that up because, again, I don't have large deco or a variety of dolls that would work with this color scheme. And I ended up using just a black quote from Kellofaplan. I tried to do a yellow quote, but obviously it wouldn't show very well with the background, and I would have liked to do something different, but this is all I had to work with. So I need to go take inventory of all my stickers and see what I have and what I need to either purchase or make for myself, because just this entire little space corner here just wasn't working for me. And then going into Thursday, this one, I have no complaints about Thursday. Thursday, I love. And the reason why is because I had a large doll to fit here in the corner. And this is by, you guessed it, Kira Silas Co. And these florals are, again, from Roy G. Biv sticker books from Kellofaplan. I used my green mild liner to kind of accent all the boxes, and then I ran out of whiteout in the middle of this, and I couldn't find my other whiteout that I have, and yeah, that made things a little rough, but I pushed forward, and I need to go order more whiteout before I forget. And just love how this page turned out with the large doll here with the boxes in the background. I'm obsessed with this page. So I need to find larger deco and also watch more creators that use the daily grind system and fully decorate their pages, because Again, the white space just intimidates me, and since I've been doing more of decorative with my functional planning, I just want something to like fill up this corner here. And then moving into Friday, again, the same problem I ran into with Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, where I didn't have anything that I could put here in this corner to cover up this box. And I'm almost thinking that instead of using whiteout, I just need to take strips of sticker paper and just plop it on here. I think that'll just make me feel a little bit better about filling up this space here, because I obviously don't have anything that works right now with these large vertical boxes. So I think that's going to be my plan going forward. I just need to keep experimenting, which is why I'll just show you guys my weekly spreads. That way, as I'm just kind of chugging along and finding what works best for me, you know, you guys aren't seeing me get frustrated on camera, and you guys can just see the end result of all my hard work and trial and efforts. So here is Friday. I did something a little bit different because I did bring this large floral piece here, again from Roy G. Biv sticker books by Kellofaplan, and it ended up leaving a bunch of excess on the edge that I cut off. And so I just put them over here, just kind of like almost a washi type of effect, and I love how it looks. So that is Friday, and that is my week so far. I still need to fill in this page with some highlighters, so I think I'll do something very similar to what I did for the weekly overview page and just kind of mix up the different color highlighters for this page here. But that is this week in my daily grind planner. Not in love with Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but Thursday was my absolute favorite. Okay, then moving on to my classic planner. This has now transitioned into more of a home planner and like personal planner for just things for myself. So before, I would put work items in here, work meetings, appointments, stuff like that. It was almost like a catch-all, but I wouldn't necessarily call it a catch-all, but that's maybe how I used it. I don't know. But I am also, if you haven't seen my June budget page, so cute. I'm obsessed with the florals and the doll, but okay, sorry, get easily distracted. Let's get into this week. Okay, so this was my last week. This was just kind of trialing and erroring like how I wanted to use my basically new layout for what I was going to be using it for. And I switched it up a little bit for this week. So I learned I can do a lot more deco for this planner, because how I want to use it is Monday through Friday and I guess Saturday, Sunday, just kind of keeping track of chores that I need to do at home, because my husband's been the one who's been doing all the chores, and bless his heart, like he only asks for back scratches at night. And don't be nasty, guys, I mean like literal back scratches. We call them scritches. So he's like, I just need good scritches before bed. He's like, and then you don't even have to clean. And I said, say less. But no, I need to start contributing, you know, to cleaning and all that stuff at home. So I plan on this section here being chores and daily tasks that I can do to not necessarily burn myself out by doing like deep cleanings every day, but small little things that, you know, by the end of the week, things feel clean. So I think I went a little too crazy last week. So obviously you see a lot of things that didn't happen. So I toned it down a little bit, and I'm only doing like 2 things per day. So that way I actually do them, question mark. And Monday is now going to be just kind of like a myself like day or a me day, because Monday again are my half days, so I only work 4 hours on Mondays, and it just is going to be time for myself where I may hole myself up in the office, but I'm doing things that bring me joy, like decorating my planners and just watching YouTube videos while I'm doing it. So things that I like doing and just bring me joy and are relaxing and calming to me. So it'll be times like when I journal and take care of stuff that I've been putting off. So I love how this turned out for this week. And this is a printable by Amy Plans Things. This is available on her website. It's a digital printable, and it does also include some habit tracker sheets or like journaling sheets that you can put into a journal or your planner. And I guess I can show you guys, because this one I will post after my video that I filmed today. I got my new journal from Kira Silas Co. It is so cute. Just look at how stinking adorable that is. But I did use the printable to create my June spread in my creative journal, and this only gets me a week of journaling pages, so I already have to make more because we're on the 9th and this only goes through the 7th. But I used the digital printable to put together my cover page for June, and then I made some Dutch door spreads, and I just love how this turned out. And I plan on using a lot of Amy Plans Things digital printables for my creative journal, because I just work better with kits, and I am in love with how this turned out. So that should be on my channel now, and it'll be more of a quiet video, just kind of music in the background, because if you hear now, my voice is a little hoarse. So this is me at the end of the day. The weather's been changing and I hate it, and this video is just chill. Just drink your little drinky drink and watch my video as you do your own thing, and just kind of check in every once in a while. And yeah, so I love how this turned out. I already need to make more pages because we're already on the 9th and this only gets me through the 7th, but that's besides the point. And I had a lot of leftover stickers from that kit that I went ahead and used to put together this week, and I love how it turned out. So this is the roses and hummingbirds, or is it hummingbird and roses? It's one of the two, but it's hummingbird and roses themed, and it is available on her shop. And I did sign up to be a patron of hers. I signed up for her Printable Pals tier, and with that tier I do get next month's printable for free. So this I would have gotten for free if I signed up last month before the 20th, and because I signed up before the 20th of this month, I'll be getting her July printable and her junk journal kit that she releases. So that's exciting for me. So I'll have that for July in my creative journal. So this is my overview for my classic planner that is now kind of transitioning into like a home planner. And I am going to be keeping track on a weekly basis my Afterpay and shop payments that are coming out, because I may have said in my June monthly overview video that I didn't have a lot, but I actually made a lot of purchases, and so now I have a lot coming up. But I just want to make sure I'm tracking those weekly. Also keeping up with my habit tracker, because I do struggle with a lot of the things that I try and track on here, so hence putting it in my planner and trying to keep up with it. And then adding in a weekly to-do for home, an important box here, and then I have these two little hexagon boxes from Kellofaplan to track some goals that I have for myself. One of them last week was start reading a new book, and I kid you not, guys, that has literally been like on my goals for the week for like the last month, and I have read 0 books. So another thing I need to work on, and which is why, you know, doing this instead of like weekly plan with me's hopefully will give me some of that time back to be able to put towards things like reading a book that I've been wanting to read. I'm still needing to finish, well, actually start and finish Enchantra, because I've read Phantasma, which I loved, and I have Enchantra and have not read it. So it's a problem. I need to read it. So hopefully I have some time now that I'm doing this, and yeah, I need to read it. I've just been chilling on my desk, just kind of looking at me like, when are you gonna read me? And I'm like, soon, I promise. I put you in my planner to read, and it never happens. So that's what I want to, you know, work towards, just doing this and giving myself some more time to be able to take care of myself and do the things that just make me happy. Because I'm not saying that this doesn't make me happy, like filming and all that stuff. It's the editing, the thumbnail, the uploading, just constantly. Like, I feel like I'm in the office all the time and not doing things for myself. So hopefully this new system works with, you know, showing you guys all of my spreads and my planners for the week. And, you know, just hope you guys understand that I need to take care of myself to be able to bring you guys quality content and quality products on my Etsy shop. So just taking time for myself, changing things up to do things that just work better for me, and I hope you guys understand. So that is it for today's video. You know, this is the last spread to show you guys, and don't know how long the video is. I said it would be a short video. Was it a short video? I don't know. I'll find out once I'm editing. But if you enjoyed this video, then definitely hit that like button and leave me a comment below on which spread is your favorite. I love all of them except Monday through Wednesday and the Daily Grind, but I am just so happy with how they turned out. I'm so excited to write in them and just start using them. And I am really thinking this system is going to work way better for me and hopefully get to enjoy the things that I love to do. And yeah, so that's the whole intention of this new process. And if you guys are not subscribed, then definitely consider hitting that subscribe button. If you guys enjoyed this video and have enjoyed my past videos and have just been kind of lurking, you know, subscribing would help so much. And again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!